Greetings, everyone. What I wanted to do is I actually wanted to make an introductory video to this new channel that I'm starting. I want to introduce myself to you and get a kind of all those things out. But before you start trading, I wanted to let you all, I wanted to make a video and let you all know what the real journey to consistent profits is actually like, because freedom isn't found, it's built. And that's one of the things that these gurus online are not going to tell you. They're going to tell you how easy it is. They're going to tell you how fast it can happen. That's not what I'm here to do. So, is trading my way out, or is it just another trap? And so you've seen the screenshots, you've seen the funded flexes, but what's real? I'm gonna give y'all what's real because of the fact that my not only is my integrity on the line, but also my name is on the line. And I'll get more into what that actually means as well. So, my mission here for you guys is to again help everybody that I can because of the fact that I've already walked this journey. And so, who I am and why does any of this stuff matter? So, who I am, I'm a former SEC athlete, track and field athlete from the University of Alabama. That is where again, I met a lot of people. I actually had and just kind of by way of quickly telling my story, I actually got into the market on accident because I had a friend back in college when I was at the University of Alabama tell me about Bitcoin at that time. And I don't even want to tell y'all what Bitcoin was at that time, but I just thought Buddy was crazy. I was like, man, you wilding, you tripping, you wasting your money on that stuff. And when I tell you he has done handsomely well because of the fact that he got Bitcoin in and he was one of those people that just was like, no, this thing is gonna take off. And he works in the tech world, and so he has he does very well on the tech side of things. So he's always been techie like that, even since college. And so, mind you, when I went to college, I graduated back in 20, like I left back in 2010 from college. And so, yes, I did graduate, but I graduated before then, which is why I didn't say I graduated 2010 because I had already graduated before I left because I stayed for another year of competition to compete one more year with my little brother at that time. And so, with that, yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. So my mind just went to that. But yeah, so that's how I found out about the market. So, and find out about the market, like I ended up contacting him after I had left, and I said, "Hey, you remember when you used to be talking about all that Bitcoin stuff and crypto and all that stuff back in college?" He was like, "Yeah, what you interested now?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm trying to figure some of this stuff out." He shared a couple pieces with me, and it's just been up from there. At first, I started off looking into the crypto stuff, doing different crypto things, and then I moved over into the stock market, and I was doing this kind of stock thing, and then I quickly moved, maybe within like 4 weeks to a month, um, like from the stock side of things to the options side of thing, and that's when everything just boom. And so I'm a trader as well. I'm also a teacher, and I'm a Christian as well. And so I'm very clear about that. If that's an issue or a problem with someone, then yeah, find you someone else. But I'm never going to shrink back from claiming my Messiah. I know what he has done to me. I know what he's done on my behalf. I know what he has saved me from. I know what he has saved me unto. I know that he has saved me for himself. I know that I belong to him. So all those things are non-negotiables for me. So sometimes that stuff may slip out. I try to keep things separate as far as on the business side of things versus like my actual life. But because of the fact that I belong to him, it comes out. And so if that's one of those things that's going to offend you, then I'm just not the person for you. And then what is my mission here? My mission is to help you to finish what you start in trading. So I have this thing called the Finishers Framework, and in essence, what it does, and it's the way that I think. And so I help people to think through things through a finishing aspect. Back in college, I told you guys about that. I anchored both the sprint relays, so the 4x1 and the 4x4, and so just a certain mentality that you have to have in being a finisher. I like the Lord has caused my mind to be able to kind of tie those things together because not only am I teaching people and have been teaching people the stock market and how to trade, but I also teach little kids their ABCs and one, two, threes. And so it's like, well, how do you tie those things together? The finisher's framework. And so literally once it popped to me, once it blew up to me, like it was just kind of one of those things where I was like, whoa, that's the tie. That's why I'm able to teach them and I'm able to teach them. That's why it's the same thing. I'm teaching adults that are millionaires and little kids, like I'm teaching them the same thing. And so this what I'm saying right now will make sense to you. If you're new to me, yeah, prepare for the ride. I ain't gonna be no hype. I'm just gonna literally be teaching you what I do and why it works so efficiently well. So the fantasy, and this is what gets sold online. So you quit your job in a month. Ha, I got you. You can quit your job in a month. I'm gonna teach you this thing, and you're gonna quit your job in a month. Ha. Man, are you gonna flip tiny accounts with insane leverage? No, I will teach you how to grow a small account to make it a large account, but that's not gonna be because of one trade that you ultra leveraged on, and you took a risk that you shouldn't have taken, and then now even if you won, so yeah, you won that trade, but you also won a bad habit. You won a bad habit too, and so and also these individuals out here that only post wins. Just follow my signal, bro. Just follow my signal. I post signals. And it's like you never get an education, so you always need that person that's posting the signals for you because you never get a chance to learn yourself because of the fact that you're always looking for a signal, bro. These things are bait. This is not a plan. This is not an efficient plan. This is not something that will help you in the long term and in the long run. And so the reality of consistency is that time plus skill compounded is what you're looking for. Time plus a learned skill. You combine those together, you have something special. You need both. You need time, literal time on a clock, on a calendar, and skill. Learn a skill. The skill that I'm going to be teaching you guys is how to trade stocks, options, and futures. Again, I can teach you other things as well. I can teach you forex. I can teach you crypto. But again, if you learn the three that I'm telling you, you can trade anything you want to trade. They can come out with something new, and you can trade that too. And so, what I'm going to be teaching you are the risk rules are greater than luck. We're not looking for luck. We're not looking for that one trade that comes around every quarter. Because again, can you make a huge windfall of money, five figures, like upper five figures in like 10 minutes? Yes. Those types of trades come around like once 3 months, once every 4 months. So if they advertising you and telling you, hey, look at what I did. Yeah, you did do that. You did it 6 months ago. Yeah. Like it happened for a lot of people at that time. But how are you trading on a day-to-day basis? Because again, we can benefit off of those things too. That's a bonus. That's the cherry on top. That's not the whole cake. If you're looking at that to be your whole cake, you're going to get sick, buddy. You're going to get sick. And so emotional growth is mandatory. You need to be able to manage your emotions. If you don't have any emotional restraint, if you don't have any emotional control, you need to manage your emotions first and be able to manage your emotions well. Accountability and habits are going to be what create your edge. What do you consistently do? And are you checking in with other people? Are you checking in with people that are more knowledgeable than you are as far as to make sure that you're sticking to your habits and that you're sticking to what you said you were going to do? You made a game plan the night before because that's what I'm going to teach y'all. I'm going to teach y'all to make a game plan the night before, and then you're going to execute on the game plan based off of what moves. We don't get to dictate what moves or when it moves. We just get to participate and ride waves that are created for us. We don't create the waves, we just ride them. That's it. So success isn't overnight, but it is built with discipline. And again, will we have success overnight? Yes, there will be nights where we have a lot of success overnight because of those windfalls of money that happen from time to time, multiple times throughout the year. But you don't build your entire plan off of the windfalls of money that happen time to time. So what trading can do? Let's talk about what trading can do. So this is the truth. Trading can make you financially free. Trading can give you time freedom. Trading can give you location freedom. And trading can build and help you build generational wealth. So the truth about this is that it is not a scratch off ticket that I'm talking to you guys about. It is a craft. It is a skill. It is a technique that I am talking to you guys and teaching you guys about. So your journey overview. So if you're here, this is the journey that we're going to be on. So no matter when you come, these are the series of the videos that I will be creating for you guys with the purpose of helping you to become a successful trader. So right now, I'm literally just giving you the outlay of the land for you to just decide if trading is even for you. I can't tell you how many consults I have where I'm just like, yeah, you're not a person that's ready for trading yet. You may be ready. Give yourself a little bit of time. You may get ready. You may be able to be ready in a couple of months, maybe less if you really lock in and you focus in on what I'm telling you. But right now, you're not ready. You're going to get in here. You're going to blow up an account, maybe multiple, depending on how much access to money you keep funding. I can't tell you how many times I see people blow up six-figure accounts and just go refund it. And I don't mean refund, that's for getting their money back, but go refund it with another six figures. to just blow it up again. I'm like, if you just like set money on fire, just give me the six figures and then I'll do something with it for you. And then I'll pay you from the six figures that I'm growing for you. And again, I'm not a fiduciary. And so I don't like all the paperwork that come with being a fiduciary. But if somebody want to do the paperwork for me, holler at me, let me know. I got all my receipts. Like I'll show y'all what I do and what I have the capability of doing. But I don't like want to be a fiduciary because of the fact that it's so much paperwork that goes with that. Um, Step one, gonna be the foundations. So you're gonna learn basics and learn how to paper trade. Again, I'm a person, I hate paper trading. I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever. But I do believe that you need to press certain buttons and learn what buttons do. That's what the purpose of paper trading is going to be as I walk you through my methodology. The purpose of paper trading is going to be to press buttons and to learn what buttons do when you press them. That's it. It's not for the purpose of paper trading because paper trading, you ain't got no emotions attached to it. So it's giving you a false representation of what you would really do in a real situation. And then also paper trading, people start off with these like six-figure accounts or $1 million account. And then when they actually trade, they too scared to put that much money on the line or they don't actually have that much money to put on the line. So now you say, oh, well, I made $50,000 yesterday in Apple. Well, yeah, that was on your paper trading account. How much money do you have to fund your account? Oh, I have 5,000. Well, don't look for making $50,000 in a day from Apple if you only have a $5,000 account. Trade with something that's comparable with where you actually are financially. That, again, these are all reasons why I hate paper trading. I hate paper traders. I know some paper traders who literally will paper trade for the rest of their life and they will promise you that they the best trader in the world. But as soon as you put some of their real money that they had to work for in front of them on a computer screen, oh, they get to freezing, they get to making mistakes, they get to thinking like they don't ever think. And that's why I'm a person who is extremely anti-paper trading. I'm extremely anti-paper trading because it teaches you that, hey, like this is how I really trade when you actually really don't trade like that. So stocks, we're going to be able to master these basic some basic setups, and again I'm going to be giving all of this stuff to you guys here. Options, you're going to learn to leverage tools in your favor, and so these leverage tools are the options themselves, and then also futures, which is another version of leverage that you're able to use, which is an advanced instrument, which is why I teach it after teaching stocks, which is after teaching options as well. Futures come, and then also the psychology. So the psychology of everything is that you do need to master yourself. I have a book that I've been writing for a little while now, and it's called Master You, because it's literally all about self mastery and what that journey actually looks like about mastering yourself and yeah, what it looks like to master you. And then last but not least, we have here for the purpose driven wealth. Like, what's your why? Like, what's gonna keep you in those moments where maybe you feel like you don't want to continue down the journey and learning the skill. Like, what's going to keep you? Like, what's your reason? What's your why? So again, the goal is to go from zero to a consistent trader with structure, discipline, and purpose. Structure, discipline, and purpose. So stage zero, again, orientation. So this is what it's going to be laid out in a clear picture of what I was just talking about. So again, deciding if trading is for you, understand freedom versus the vanity that's being sold to you, set realistic expectations for yourself, and assess your time horizon. So, okay, if I have these financial goals, at what point will I be able to hit these goals? I'll be able to lay all those things out for you guys. Also, your goal is going to be to make an informed decision, not an emotional one. So, hey, I need 500 extra dollars by Friday. You can help me out with that? No, I can't help you out with that because of the fact that you're in desperation mode. And so therefore you're going to make desperation type decisions. And so therefore I can't help you to sabotage yourself. No, I can't help you do that. I'm sorry. That I'm not sorry. And so knowing what trading actually requires, so the time, the capital, the education, also, separate the marketing hype from the reality. I'm going to be helping you guys with that. And then also commit to the complete journey, not just the quick win. So again, can I point you guys to some trades that are like, if you will, there are some trades that come along that are guaranteed money. If you're just willing to be patient for the trade to move. And it's like, no, I can without a shadow of a doubt say that this thing is going to move here either this week in a huge large way or the following week. Yes, is guaranteed money in the market, but if you're coming in out of desperation for guaranteed money, the market's not going to be for you. So it's not all about those quick wins, but it's like about committing to the entire journey. Next up, we have the foundations. And so brokers, what they are, where they are, how to execute trades, charts, reading price action and time frames. And again, I do everything based off of Japanese candlesticks. And then you also have your risk management, so protecting your capital, journaling. You're going to track every decision and outcome. So I'm real big on journaling and making sure that you keep a trade journal. I'm actually in the process of finishing my own journal that I've created myself as far as like from scratch, like all of having all of the things in there. So that should be ready here within side of the next month as far as completely finished and completed. And then by way of practicing, so paper trading only at this stage, so building confidence versus risking your actual real capital. So again, I told you guys very clearly, paper trading for me means that you're learning what buttons to press and what do the buttons actually do. Because we're going to be looking at different order types and things like that as well. And so the goal for this is that you're going to place your first responsible paper trades with proper planning, execution, and review. And then you're going to be able to move into the next stage as well. So stage number two is going to be stock mastery. This is where you're going to be learning some basic setups. And again, the more basic setups that you learn, the better you're going to be able to execute on those things. We're going to be going over swing trading and day trading. We're going to be looking at scanners and watch lists as well. And then we're going to be here is going to be all about execution and repetition. And so you're going to execute 50 plus planned stock trades with detailed journaling of each trade. So as you're going through stage two, this is what you're going to do. And the reason why you're going to do this, and again, I'm very particular and specific about all these things because of the fact that I've helped hundreds of traders and I know what works well. So I'm very picky about my process. I don't help everybody. And the reason why I don't help everybody is because everybody don't listen. I've had to kick people off of calls before. I've had to give people refunds before because I found and realized they were not willing to listen. And so that is what it is. So if you're not going to listen, you can just go ahead and stop right now and just stop watching any of my videos or any of my content because you're not listening. You're not going to listen anyway. So just save yourself that time because of the fact that I will kick you off of a call. I will tell you you're not welcome. And it's not from a mean way because even if I saw you in person, I'd give you a hug, like I eat lunch with you, I'd go to dinner with you. It's not anything like that, but it's more so like I have a very strict set of rules and things that I follow and that I teach people to follow. And if you can't adjust yourself to that rhythm, and again, there's a whole lot of freedom in it because when I show you the setups and how we do it, there are so many ways to do it. All of my students will tell you, I don't tell them what to do. I provide all the tools and all the ways of looking at it, and you grab the combination that works the best for you. And so, again, one thing that is consistent through all of my students, though, is that it's all about process over the outcome. So, again, we're not chasing hype. So stage three is going to be options. And so again, calls, puts, looking at the Greeks, understanding the Greeks, not being Greek freaks. So we're not going to be freaks about the Greek. Because again, I've seen also people get lost in the Greeks and they know all the theta and the delta and the gamma and they know all of the everything and how to break everything down, but can't make no money with it. I've seen it all. When I tell you guys I've seen it all, I've seen it all. And so we're going to be going over income strategies as far as like when to use what strategy, because there are so many different option strategies where you can literally only just do option strategies and still make a good bit of money. And so options are tools, not lottery tickets. And so I'm going to be teaching you guys the difference in those. So even if you are buying out of the money, but not buying it as a lotto ticket, like not literally buying it as like, hey, if it goes, it goes. But if it don't, my money go to zero. It's like, no, like, why are you just burning money and throwing money away? And so the goal is going to be controlling your leverage and then also defining the risk for the trade. And so then we get into futures. Futures are very fun. Futures are very exciting, and futures have great and incredible opportunity in them. So we get into the micros, we get into the index futures, we get into prop firms. Again, I take whatever prop firm you get test you guys want me to take. I have my receipts for those. I can take more if they come out with different prop firms that you guys want me to kind of take the test for. Like I can pass all of their tests because I'm an actual trader. And I actually know what I'm doing. I have a process. I've had a process. I'm now in year number 9 of trading. And so, but also 24-hour markets that exist with futures. But with the 24-hour markets for futures, it's not actually a literal 24 hours. It's like 23 hours, but you get the picture. You can trade round the clock is the point. And so tight risk rules, daily routine, and unwavering discipline help to create your competitive advantage. So that's what the edge is going to be for futures. And this is advanced, so there are no shortcuts and no gambles because of the fact that if you are trying to take shortcuts and jump straight into futures and you don't actually understand how to trade, you don't understand how to read a chart, you're gonna see certain things and they're gonna make you so scared, they're gonna make you so nervous. You're like, how did I lose that much money that fast? It was only 5 minutes. Yeah, you down $1,500 in 5 minutes because you don't know what you're doing. And people think that it's a game. And what I'm telling you guys is it's very scientific, which is why I'm so picky and why I'm so particular, because there is a scientific way to do all of this stuff to where you can be a trader that consistently is growing all of your accounts. So you can have multiple accounts and you're growing all of them. Imagine the feeling that that is as far as you growing all of your accounts. And so the goal here is going to be to trade leverage with precision. Because again, the only thing that happens with options and with futures is that if you're right, it's multiplied how right you are. If you're wrong, it's multiplied how wrong you are. That's it. So stage five, risk, psychology, and habits. And so systems that matter. So again, emotional control. So managing your fear and greed through predefined rules. That's why we plan ahead of time so that we're not making emotional decisions the morning of. Morning routine. So pre-market preparation and mindset centering. Revenge trade prevention. So circuit breakers after losses. So say, for example, if you hit your stop loss for the day, okay, got it, cool. We out of trading for the day and we're going back and examining that trade. And then we're recalibrating for the next day and seeing what went wrong or what went right, and then kind of switched up or whatever the case may be as to why you didn't win a particular trade idea. We're also going to be focusing on building discipline. So following your plan, even when it's uncomfortable. That's what I'm very big on. So tools for success. So you have your daily performance scorecards. You have your detailed trade journal. You have your weekly review sessions with me. You have your risk management dashboard as well. And then also remember that your edge is not just in your strategy, it's also in regulating yourself. Again, what's the goal here? To master yourself, master you. That's what you need to do. So six, faith and stewardship. So again, this is what I'm about. So again, if this is not what you're about, then again, we may not vibe on that. If you're okay with that, then you can, of course, stick around. If you're not okay with that and you have a problem with me because of who I am, then of course you wouldn't want to stick around. But what I do is I integrate again your values, your family as well, your long-term wealth plans, your legacy building, tying that all together into the trading. Because again, the whole idea that I started with in the very beginning was trade to invest. Trade to invest. So the whole idea that I have is that yeah, I'm trading, but I'm taking trading money and investing it. Taking trading and investing it. Trade to invest. So the whole purpose is, okay, I'm doing this active thing that's making me this money and this great amount of money, and I'm taking this great amount of money that's made, and then I'm investing it, and I'm trading again, making it a big lump. Okay, now I'm investing that, taking it, making a big lump, investing that. And as you do that, you'll realize, whoa, I'm being a faithful steward. Why? Because you have the mindset of being a steward. You have the mindset of being faithful with the money. And so trading as a responsibility, not just, if you will, your profit hub or your profit center. So trading becomes a part of your larger life's purpose, but not your identity. So for me, I don't identify myself as a trader. I identify myself to you all as a trader because that's what we call it. But if you ask me who I am, the first thing I'm going to say is a father. First thing I'm going to say as a Christian. Like, well, I'm going to say Christian before I say father, but those are the first two ways that I identify myself. Like I'm identified by those things because those dictate how I move throughout life. Those dictate the things that I do versus the things that I don't do. And if I do something, how do I do it? The reason why is because of who it is that I am. And so the goal and the purpose here is a purpose driven prosperity. So to create wealth that serves your values, your family, and your community. Again, those are my purposes. And so most channels versus myself. So again, most channels gonna give you like the strategy of the week. They're not gonna have any structure to what they're doing. They're not gonna have any checkpoints. There's not gonna be any accountability as far as when you do what you're supposed to do or if you don't do what you're supposed to do. This channel, and the reason why I'm starting this one is because of the fact that it is different, and so there is a cohesive path. There are milestones that you're able to hit to know where you are in your journey, so that you can know what you still need to do, what other videos you need to go through, what other content you need to learn, what are the pieces you need to grab, what accountability structures you need to have in place. Because there is what I've laid out and I'm going to be laying out for you guys is a complete and absolutely structured journey. And so you don't just watch these videos. And again, I created the finisher framework, which I was explaining to you guys earlier. So you don't just watch and consume this content, you finish it. And you're applying my framework as you're going through the information that I've created. So the finish loop framework. So what does it look like? So again, the F is frame to finish. The I, if then. So when you do something, it triggers if it is such and such time, or if I am in this location, then I. So we if then everything. And then the next one is the next tiny move. So again, breaking everything down in a very small little pieces as far as to make it manageable. So if you want to eat an elephant, how do you eat the elephant? Or if you want it, and again, we say elephant and horse, but then it's just like kind of crude example. So a horse is like they're dear to us in America. Then also with the elephant, for me, I went to the University of Alabama and graduated from there. So it's like our mascot was an elephant. So I'm like, I'm not trying to eat an elephant or I'm not trying to eat a horse, but you get the picture. If I wanted to eat a cow, and it's still cow. Even when you think about it, you're like, oh man, the cow is so nice and it's so kind. You know what I'm saying? It's so sweet. So, but it's like, if you want to eat something this big, I just leave it at that. If you want to eat something this big, because I was gonna say pig, but then a pig is kind too. Like pigs are very like sweet. And so I don't know if you guys have ever seen pigs in real life and actually pet them, and like they're actually like little pudgy comedians. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So with that, just breaking it down into smaller pieces. The next one is going to be another I, which is to install support. So you build that accountability. You put those stakes in, and I'll explain what that means as well. See and score, which is where you track progress visibly, and then last but not least, you habitize it. And so you literally make it a habit, and as you make it a habit, you stick to it and you're able to hand off certain parts to other people, depending on what it is that you're working on, what it is you're doing. And so the purpose is that there is a proven framework to help you finish what you start in your trading journey, which replaces your willpower with systems. And so if you are a person who has struggled to make trading work, it's probably because you didn't have a system in place or you didn't have something that actually made sense to help you to break down different barriers that existed for you. And so checkpoints and accountability. So the structure, we do have graduation gates here with what it is that I've created. So these are complete checkpoints between stages. And so you, as far as in between different stages, so going from stage one to stage two, then you have a graduation gate. And then so in there are questions that you can ask, what answer that you will be asked, and to show whether or not you're ready to move on to the next piece of content based off of, do you actually comprehend the content that you just went through and consumed. Accountability pods, and so small groups to share progress, and so that's what we're also building out as well. So the tools, so progress dashboard, so tracking your journey visually. So working on apps right now for that. And then integration weeks. And so applying what you've learned. So actually doing the thing. And so you won't just watch this journey here on YouTube, you'll finish it. And this is exactly what I mean. So stocks, with the ownership, when you buy a stock, you're buying a piece of a company. And so again, just kind of explaining out some of the basics, and so we'll actually go into this in more detail. But the profile, so this is a lower risk and it's slower growth. So it's lower risk because of the fact that this is the foundation for your trading journey. This is where everyone should start. Even if you don't have any desire to trade stocks at all, you should begin with trading stocks, because this is a good solid foundation to build upon. I don't say this just happenstance. I don't just say this by chance. I say this because of the fact that this is the safest way for you to be able to learn trading, because of the fact that stocks move the slowest out of all of the other features that I'll be teaching you. So whether that be options or whether that be futures, stocks move the slowest. And so therefore you can see your money going up slowly over time versus something that's way more rapid. And so if it goes up more rapidly, that means that it also goes on a decline more rapidly as well. And if you don't know what you're doing, or you're not as aware of what's going on in the lay of the land, then you're going to, chances are, put yourself in more situations where you're losing money very rapidly versus actually making money rapidly. And so you're going to build your reps using the stock market, and then learn the tape before adding leverage into what it is that you're doing. And so options is going to be your leverage. And so again, this is going to be something that we're going to be getting into as far as looking at and being able to do these, teaching you guys the different strategies. And so when I say there are about like 40 something different strategies that we can do. So covered calls, cash secure put, credit spread, debit spread. I mean, when the range just runs on and on for what it is that is possible. And again, these things are going to be based off of what is the market actually giving opportunity for, and what actually makes sense for a given period of time, based off of your risk profile as well. And so we're going to be using these as tools. And again, these are not lottery tickets because I don't trade that way and I don't teach trading that way. Futures, and again, with futures, as I've said before, it is very high leverage. And so this is going to be the highest leverage instrument, which is why I teach this last. And if you want to progress, so again, you start with stocks, a little bit more leverage is options. The most leverage is going to be futures. Again, the reason why I teach it in the order that I teach it is very specific. I have people come to me all the time and they say, Matt, teach me futures. And I say, okay, tell me what this is. Tell me what this is. Do you know what this is? Have you heard of this before? And it's very basic things that you should know if you understand the financial markets. And if they can't tell me those things, guess what? I'll be like, nope, you can't learn from me. You can't learn from me because you want to skip around and you want to do the things that you want to do for the benefit that you wanted it for. And then as soon as you get hurt or you get injured, then you want to blame somebody else because you don't want to take responsibility for being irresponsible. And so again, there's no heroics in this, no revenge trading in this. Again, we do things in a very responsible way. And that's how we're going to keep it. So again, 4 beginner pitfalls that I want you guys to avoid. People who don't have a plan. So they pick their feels or they're just vibing. And again, I be vibe coding too. So again, I'm real big into tech. I'm real big into AI. So I get the vibe coding too. But again, vibe coding is different than vibe trading. Like, I'm just going with the feels. I'm just going with the feels. Nah, we won't go with the feels over here. We're very systematic with the feels that we're going through. And so over leveraging. So again, putting too much capital up at risk, too much capital up at play. Shiny object syndrome. So again, you get caught by everything. And so you heard this new strategy and they promise you $1,000 tomorrow and you have some money that's due to somebody else. And so now you're going to try and go and make that happen and you can't make it happen. And you just chasing all the shiny objects and they just keep shining in your face and they just look so bright and they just look so beautiful. And you just want to go make something happen. Don't do that to yourself. And then trading alone. So no feedback or accountability. So don't trade alone. I advocate against trading alone. Again, once you get to a certain level of maturity, then there is a level of trading alone that you do. Like I myself, I trade alone, but I'm not like a prideful trade alone person. So most people that trade alone, they're very prideful in what they're doing. So for me, I just trade alone because I don't want a lot of noise. Like the only time that I'll trade with someone else is if they're asking me. As far as like in consulting, they're asking me to trade alongside of them, and then I will. But as far as like that just being my habit, now I will help other people. So again, the whole goal here is to build a community. And so I will help other people. And so I want you guys to know how important it is to have a community of people around you while you're learning fluency in the market. So if you aren't trading fluently, it's probably because you aren't surrounded by other people who are thinking the same way and feel the same way as you. And then mindset shift. So discipline is greater than motivation. So again, some days you're not going to be motivated to do it, but you're going to have the discipline to stay on the grind. And that's going to be what saves you and what gets you to where it is that you want to go. And then systems beat willpower. So again, having something systematically done is going to beat your willpower any and every day. And consistency beats intensity. So don't just go hard, go consistently. And you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Because again, you can still be profitable with missing and being wrong on more trades than you're right on. And we'll get into all of the particulars of that. And so what do you do next? Next, I would like for you guys to subscribe. So please do. This is a brand new channel. Please subscribe to this channel because this is going to be a journey. This is not a one-off video. This is not just one video that I'm posting this one time. This is going to be a series of videos that I'm posting, again, to help you guys for free with their trading education. And if you would like consulting services from me, those will be available and those will be possible. Also, if you would like to join a trading community, we will have that as well. And so the next step is going to be to watch stage 1 foundations. And that's what we're going to be, that's what we're going to start building. And I also would like for you to comment below with the word finisher so that I can know that you're all in on this and that we're going to get this and we're going to attack this together. So let's finish this and let's finish it together. You guys got this. I know that you guys can do it. I'm excited about what you guys are going to be able to do and to produce. And let's do it together. So comment finisher down below if you're locked in. Let's get it.